we have discussed cybercrime as a service and their supporting infrastructures. We have also talked about methods for infrastructure measurements. In this video, we are covering law enforcement interventions against cybercrime and the underground economy. How do, for instance, online anonymous markets challenge traditional law enforcement? And how can measurements assist these interventions? Two main concepts facilitate the thriving business model of online anonymous markets: anonymity and trust. Because of the pseudo-anonymous nature of these markets, due to technologies such as Tor and cryptocurrencies, the ecosystem becomes relatively transparent to investigate. However, this anonymity and transparency can also create distrust. Therefore, the online anonymous market review system is of great importance for the confidence in vendors. Also, other market control mechanisms are implemented to prevent scams. In that way, there is little difference to a legal online marketplace. To keep up, digital innovations such as these markets led to similar innovations in law enforcement operations. A first question is how to choose an intervention. Interventions are supported by the earlier mentioned transparency offered by the online anonymous markets. This is where the measurement methods, as discussed in the previous video, come into play. The established measurements on these markets give insight on the overall standing and criminal activities of markets. For example, which markets are top listed and fruitful to target. Having such a picture gives law enforcement the possibility to determine which interventions would be most effective on terms as market portfolio or transaction volume. Likewise, measurements enabled by tools such as phishing kit fingerprinting automatically and quickly help with early stage detection of domains where a phishing kit is deployed. This helps on the one hand financial institutions, whose web pages are often mimicked to send notice and takedown requests to hosting providers. But on the other hand, gives law enforcement a clear picture of the market share of phishing kits used in the wild. In turn, this will support evidence-based policing where focusing on the phishing kits with a large presence yields more impact on the phishing landscape as a whole. Originally, the focus of law enforcement interventions was primarily on arrests and prosecution, next to seizing profits. But interventions on online anonymous markets go further and can be unpacked in two ways: focusing on prominent market actors and on complete markets. First, there are interventions primarily to attribute actors. This is in line with traditional policing, where the focus of law enforcement operations is to catch top sellers and market operators. Next to this, interventions focus on complete markets, resulting in takedowns. Next to takedowns, takeovers are not uncommon. By controlling the market before shutting it down, the mentioned trust of market users can be undermined. This can become even more effective when actions on different markets follow each other sequentially. During Operation Bayonet, the FBI shut down anonymous market Alphabet first, while the Dutch police controlled a different market called Hansa. The shutdown led to criminals moving towards Hansa, which was shut down shortly thereafter as well. Next to disrupting the trust criminals have in online criminal marketplaces, in this operation, valuable data could also be collected. All these interventions have one thing in common. They start with de-anonymization to attribute the controllers of the market, as well as to catch criminals. Both technical and traditional measures of policing are used to de-anonymize. Traditional ways of policing, like going undercover, are still necessary to collect sensitive information and credentials to take over a market and attributing key players.